Welcome to Stories from the Roof, the podcast that brings you tales from the most unexpected vantage point, rooftops. I'm your host, Megan Ellsworth, and on this show, we'll ascend to the top and explore the world through the eyes of those who live and work above. Join us on this unique journey as we uncover the stories, perspectives, and histories of roofing contractors. Let's begin our ascent onto the roof. Hello, everyone. My name is Megan Ellsworth, and I am back again for a Stories from the Roof episode. I'm so excited because I'm here with my friend Erica Reed from Elite Construction, and I'm so excited to hear your story, Erica. So welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So let's dive right in and have you just introduce yourself. Tell us about you and your career a little bit.
All right. My name is Erica Reed, and I'm originally from Tampa, Florida. Moved to Illinois about 10 years ago, and that's how I got into the industry. I am the Vice President of Construction Operations for Elite Construction Solutions.
That's amazing. Wow. Tampa to Illinois. That's a weather change.
It was crazy, but it was worth it.
Yeah. I feel like I would prefer Illinois. It's too hot in Florida.
Yeah. That's why I moved.
Yeah. So how did you get into roofing? Tell us the nitty gritty details.
So my background has always been in law enforcement. Started out in probation. I was a probation officer for the state of Florida, and then I moved on to investigations. I left there in 2014, became an investigator for the state of Illinois, and then I wanted to change, right? So I still love law enforcement. I actually am an adjunct professor, so I still teach criminal investigation courses, court services management, and law enforcement operations and report writing. Yes.
No wonder you're busy.
Very busy. But like as a kid, and even when I was in law enforcement, I would like to drive around and just look at different houses. But for some reason, I was drawn to the roofs. I don't know what it was about the roofs. And then the exterior, different designs. If I was see a house and it was all a beige color, in my mind, I was trying to redesign that house. What would I put on that house to make it look good? So I had the opportunity to get into construction after kind of being burnt out a little bit on the law enforcement side. And I just started looking around and I saw this ad on the famous Craigslist. And
hell yeah.
The ad didn't even talk about roofing. It was for 123 Exteriors out of Downers Grove, Illinois. And it was do you want to have fun, be in the field, you want to travel? It's kind of like that. I still didn't know what I was getting into, but I applied for it. And it was the best decision I've ever made.
Wow.
That's kind of how I got into the business. Craigslist.
Wow. The roofs were calling you.
Yeah.
They said, come help us.
Come, please.
You want to be in roofing. Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about how your career within 123 Exteriors Elite and how it's evolved?
Well, I started out as, once again, a sales rep. So I was doing hailstorm, windstorm claims. And for me, I think that when you are interested in something, you want to become the best at it. It's kind of if you like a football team, right? You know your favorite football player, you know all the stats about that player, you know what high school they went to, their full record. So I felt that if I was going to get serious about the sales industry part of construction, that I should know everything. So sales rep for about 2 years. And then after sales rep, I moved up to become the first female general manager in the company's history. Yeah. And so after that, I was general manager for about 4 years, became the first female regional operations manager, and then moved up to vice president of operations. But during the whole time, being new to the industry, I'm a natural researcher. You get that from getting your master's degree is research. So all I did was research the industry, look at different trends in the industry, roofing trends, materials, videos. I was doing training that people didn't offer. I just went and I sought out that training and paid for it myself to just become better at what I was doing. And now I'm here.
Wow. Oh my gosh. That's incredible. I just think it's so special that you were the first female operations manager. That's huge. Yeah. And what a trailblazer you are.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So who would you say taught you about roofing?
Taught me about roofing, I would say myself. A lot of roofers coffee shop, the classes you guys offer, the training you guys offer,
That's awesome.
Communicating with different manufacturers. I going to their training sessions. My manager that I had at the time, Jeremy Workman, but he taught me more on the sales side. And then like the basic components of roofing, but I learned a lot. And I'm glad I'm on the operations side now. I learned a lot from my crews as well. The people that have been installing roofs their whole lives. I was on the job sites as a sales rep trying to learn to see like, where does this nail go? And what was the appropriate procedure to install siding the same. So I did VSI training, and basically any training I could go to, I went to. And that's kind of how I learned.
Wow. I love that initiative. Eager and willing to learn. That's all you can ask for. So what would you say has been the most valuable lesson you've learned, either through your career or specifically about roofing?
The most valuable lesson is how to always be a business person that works in the business of roofing. But I think building relationships with your, not necessarily just your peers that you work with, but your manufacturers or suppliers, and respecting your crews is very important to me. The value that they add to the industry and how important they work, their work is, I think having respect for your crews and treating them like people is like the most valuable thing I've learned. The results you get from treating them like people and being, making them feel special and a part of the company. Yeah. You get a lot of value out of that.
That's so true. I mean, that's all any of us want, is just to feel part of a team, included, supported. And I love that. So if you were to go back to the beginning of your career, would you do anything differently?
The beginning of my career, I'd probably go into roofing before law enforcement.
Wow.
I would have majored in construction management or something. I would have definitely gone here first. This has been so rewarding. When I got into this industry for the first time in my life, I was like happy to get up and go, and then I liked, we worked kind of alone because I was independent contractor in the beginning, but I liked being able to just structure my day for what was best for me and for my customers. And that was like the best thing by far. Just waking up and there's no stress. It was like, going to work today.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's inspiring. I love that you would go right into roofing. That's awesome.
I would in a heartbeat.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, okay. What's the best thing you've ever done for your career or for your business?
The best thing I've ever done is develop other people up under me. So being in construction, there's not many females. So all of my employees are men. I just acquired one female from the Indiana company that we own.
Wow.
Crystal, she's fabulous. But they're all young men. And for me to see where they started and develop these young men and put them in management positions and see them changing from party guy to businessman, that's the most rewarding for me. And then the value that we give to our customers, to be able to give our customers a different perception of the roofing industry as a whole and give them the opportunity to work for, a great company. That's also something that I love about the industry and the company.
Yeah. I love that too. And bringing more women in, and we met at National Women Roofing Day this year, and it was so great to see you and meet you there. And hopefully there will be even more people from Elite next year. You never know.
Yes, there will be.
Okay, in one word or small sentence, describe the most important trait in an employee or a coworker.
Communication. That's it. You just have to be able, and I say communication, not necessarily the trait, but a part of that trait is to give and receive information. And if we don't have that in our industry, everything falls apart because there's so many moving parts in this industry. Now that I'm over construction operations, just watching a job go from meeting a customer to a contract signing to checking the job in, ordering the material, delivering the material, getting it to the crew, getting the install done. If we don't have communication, everything breaks down. So just being able to be, to listen, receive information, and then give information is like the essential to this industry. And the more companies we buy, we realize that some don't have that. And that was the breakdown, which is why a lot of companies don't last more than 5 to 8 years. And we've been around 17 going on 18 now. But that communication is a big part of it.
Yeah, it's huge. Kind of going off of that, I would love to know any pieces of advice or tips or tricks for people that are trying to, help their business and their employees communicate more efficiently.
I would say as a leader, if you're on the top C-suite, listen to your people, right? Yeah. I've worked in, when I was in college, I would work a summer job for a different corporation, whether it be AT&T or Microsoft or something. I've done Bank of America. A lot of times it was people at the top making the decisions. It was the VPs and the CEOs making the decisions, but they didn't include the people up under them that are actually doing the job every single day. And I've had the experience of doing the job from the ground up to where I am now. So for me, it's important that you listen to your people, right? Yeah. Let them have some input on changes and policies and procedures and find out what works for them so that we can cater to them. Let's not just make the decisions from the top down, because when you do that, you have people that are unhappy. They don't want to work for you, have a high turnover rate. And the way you prevent that is listening to your people and making them feel like they are a part of something bigger. They're not just a worker.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great advice. So who is the best boss you've ever had and what did they teach you?
I'm going to say Mike Braun was my best boss. He is still my boss. He's the president. And he taught me to challenge him. That's he'll say something was like, challenge me. Feel free to challenge me. All right, I'm gonna challenge you. Right. So, but
don't have to tell me twice.
Yeah, but because of who he is, he instilled the fact that don't forget we are business people who happen to be in the business of construction. And when you put that out there, it makes you conduct yourself in a different manner. When you're knocking someone's door, don't knock the door with paint all over your clothes, because that's what people think of people in construction, right? We're just blue collar workers and we don't have manners. And, I've heard it all the misperceptions about us. So he basically taught us to always kind of be aware of how you're perceived, how you present yourself.
Relentless sun, torrential rain, severe heat and cold. Commercial roofs face no shortage of extremes, and the true test of any roofing system is how it stands up to these conditions over a long lifespan. The Johns Manville PVC formulation has proven itself time and again, protecting airports, manufacturing facilities, educational buildings, stadiums, and retail structures across the continent and continuing to pass the test of time. Johns Manville offers one of the most comprehensive guarantees in the roofing industry. That's the advantage you can expect from a long-time, dependable leader with the financial backing of Berkshire Hathaway. So the next question I have for you is, what makes you smile when you think about your job?
Making people happy. I did not realize how important putting on a roof was. The house foundation is important, but the roof is so valuable because we protect families, their lives, we protect their possessions, and people don't look at it as something that's that important. And the beauty of it is when you can take someone's house and tell them to go to work and say, I got this, like, trust me, I'll make sure it looks great when you get back. When you get home, if you come before I'm done, it's going to look like a bomb hit your house. But it's going to be beautiful when it's done. I've had people call me and say, Erica, I'm pissed off at you. And I'm like, what? I can't find my house, because now it's a totally different house, right? That's the fun part of the job. And that's what makes me smile.
Oh, I love that. That's a great answer. Oh, gosh, I love that. Okay. Any tips for people starting out in their roofing career journey?
Yes. Do your research.
Mm.
Don't just take what you're learning at your company for face value. If it's important to you, you will do the research. If it's important for you when you're starting to date someone to find the best and coolest date spot, and you can go do research on that, it's important to you to put the time and the energy into the business, right? To develop yourself, to pay for a course or attend training or do some research. And I think a lot of people forget that. Research is important in the industry, and then keep up with industry trends, go to the shows, attend Rupert's Coffee Shop podcast. Free knowledge, right? Join the art club. Like, there's a lot of information that's out there, and no one in this business, no matter how new you are or how old you've been in the business, how long, it's just, you should never say, I don't know. I'm not aware of that. I didn't know those changes, because the knowledge is everywhere. It's all over the place. Lots of agencies, it's YouTube, the suppliers or manufacturers. Go to ICO, go to GAF, tell them I need training. I want to train my people. So that's kind of my advice. Learning should be forever. Always be learning and developing, because things change every year. Well, every 6 months, things change, right? Even the pricing, the materials, right? Colors change. Know that stuff. That's important.
Yeah, that's so true. Things really do change so rapidly, especially in this industry and in construction, materials, building styles,
Yes.
trends. Yeah, that's great advice. I love it.
Thank you.
Okay, last question. I can't believe we've done it. How long have you been following Rufus Coffee Shop, and what's your favorite thing about RCS?
I've been following Rufus Coffee Shop for at least 5 years now. The best thing about, my president, Mike, who is my boss, he was on Rufus Coffee Shop a while ago. It was big when we first started Elite Claim Solutions. He was on Rufus Coffee Shop talking about Elite Claim Solutions. Now I'm on Rufus Coffee Shop talking about Elite Construction Solutions. So it's been a while. The best thing about it is your enthusiasm and Heidi's enthusiasm for what you're doing. And you guys are everywhere. Every time I'm at the IRE, there's Rufus Coffee Shop. Like, you're at the Build IBS, you're there. And then the content is always different. And then it's meaningful content, right? You want to know about metal roofing? Go to Rupert's Coffee Shop. So I register for podcasts often, and I may not be able to attend them, but my Fireflies attends them and gives me a breakdown on what was talked about. But I also, every time I get a notification, I send it out to my team so that they can attend and they can get additional training and development. And then the website, also your website, the art club, being able to put job ads up and see who's looking for, companies to acquire. Like, I just recently saw that and was pretty shocked. Somebody's like, I want to sell my company, right? Let me reach out to them. So, that's important also. You guys are really, you deep dive into the industry, and you're helping us in so many ways. And I think the content is valuable. So thank you.
Wow. I could cry right now. That's so nice.
We appreciate you.
Wow. Well,
More than you know.
Oh, that is so kind. Wow. What a
I'm thinking about,
glowing
what do my guys need to learn? Metal roofing. Okay, Rufus Coffee Shop. What's on there? Watch these videos. Attend this. Yeah. So we love it.
Oh, that is so great to hear. Wow. Thank you so much, Erica. Well, this has been a blast getting to know you a little bit more and hearing your story in roofing. Thank you for sharing it with me.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. So everyone out there listening, you can learn more about Elite Construction all of their subsidiary companies on their directory because they are an Art Club member. And you can find their standard directory on rooferscoffeeshop.com. And you can also find them on our Art Club map. So if you're a home and building owner out there listening to this, you can also find them in case you are in need of any roof repairs. Thank you again, Erica. This has been wonderful.
Thank you. And you have a good day.
You too. Amazing. All right. Thanks. If you've enjoyed these unique rooftop stories, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single episode. Go to rooferscoffeeshop.com to learn more. Thanks for soaring with us on Stories from the Roof. We'll catch you on the next one.